Okay, good morning, guys. So today we're gonna talk about my Skripsi, and to be exact, I'll be talking about the research method that I'm gonna use in my Skripsi. Without further ado, let's move on to our first slide. Our agenda for today, we have 5 agenda. First is title of Skripsi and research question. And the second is research design and research participants. Third is research instrument and ethical consideration. Fourth is sequence, and the fifth is possible obstacle and solution. Without further ado, let's move on to the first title. Here's my title: Teacher's Perspective on Classroom Management, Management of Physical Environment, and Classroom Procedures and Rules Towards Student Achievement at University Levels. In this research, I have two research questions. The first one is, what are teachers' perspective about management of physical environment towards student achievement? And the second is, what are the teachers' perspective about classroom procedures and rules towards students' achievement? Now let's move on to our second topic. Our second agenda is research design and research participants. To gain the data, this research will be conducted in qualitative method. According to Corplay 2015, stated that qualitative method is to gain deeper information from the participants on the particular phenomena. And according to Hall 2011, stated that qualitative method mainly investigate about participants' perspective, beliefs, and experience about something. Because of this research use qualitative method, it means this research is the researcher is interpretivism paradigm. Interpretivism paradigm usually understanding about some context, and interpretivism paradigm never generalize the data. And in this research, I will use interview and observation as the way to gather the data. Okay, the next one is research participants. In this research will be conducted in one of the private university in Indonesia. The interviewer will interview 5 lecturers from language center in that university, and the observation will be done in 3 classes from different levels. The next one is research instrument and ethical consideration. The research instrument that I use is interview and observation checklist. The interview checklist I get from Shengli 2010. In that interview, there are 10 questions about classroom management, especially focusing on physical environment, and classroom and procedures rules. And the observation checklist I use from Cannes 2011. In this observation checklist, he mainly pointing about classroom relationship, preparation, effective of instruction, and the student engagement between teacher and students. And the next one is ethical consideration. In this research, I use from Bryman and Bell 2007. I use 4 aspects of Bryman and Bell, such as autonomy, beneficence, anonymity, and non-maleficence. Autonomy means the research the participant has full autonomy on whether the participants will volunteer the research or not. And the beneficence is, it means the research is not harm the participants. And the anonymity means the researcher will not use the real name of the participants in the research. And non-maleficence is almost the same like beneficence. It means it will harmless for the participants. First, I will asking permission to the head language center, and then after I give the letter to the language center, then I will also give the consent form to the lecturers that I will interview in the future. After that, I will conducting the observation. The observation will be conducted 3 times, as I mentioned before, from 3 different levels. And then after conducting the observation, writing the report, and then I will conducting the interview. The interview will be done in Bahasa Indonesia because the participants' first language is Indonesia. So the interview will be conducting in Bahasa Indonesia. After that, transcript the interview data recording. As I mentioned before, because the interview will be done in Indonesia, it means the transcript will be in Bahasa Indonesia. And after I transcript the interview, I will translating the transcript. After I translate the transcript into English, and then I do coding the transcript. After I coding the transcript and I get the theme of the transcript, I generate the data based on the theme that I got from coding. And then to answer the research question, I stick to the theme that I got. And the last is analyze the result that I get. Okay, the next one is and the last for today we have possible obstacles and solution. The first possible obstacles is the numbers of participants is not enough. To have enough participants, I can search from a different university, but in the same major as I have interviewed in the previous university. And the second problem is the timeline of interview with the participant are not same. To overcome this problem, I should make a schedule with the researcher, with the participants first, to get the time that where we can do interview together. Remember, in this research, we as a researcher should not harm the participants. Harm the participants is not only by verbal but also by the time that we have made for them. And yeah, that's why we should make a schedule first with the participants before we do interview. And the third problem that I think will be possible happen is the supporting data are enough. So to maintain that, I think I will use secondary data. The secondary data that I will use is teachers' journals, because in teachers' journals there's a lot of things that she or he already mentioned what will happen in that class, and of course we need to ask permission first before we use it. Okay guys, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. See you another time.